Well, guys, this is actually when you talk about that on metaldetecting.com, which is the message board of metal detectors.
That's actually really cool to have the message board just on metaldetecting.com.
Yeah.
Makes it easy.
I do appreciate that.
He Smooth 23 asks, and there's a whole section of the forum for asking permission, like the debate around permission to metal detect. And he says, when is it better to ask forgiveness instead of permission? And he goes, farm field whose owner is nowhere to be found, presumed owned by a development company and leased usage to a farm. Crops are down. Just go until asked to leave or avoid. So he's asking, I mean, nobody's here. Why would I ask permission? And Real Foot Relic says, if you owned it or was part of a group that owned it, would you want someone to ask for permission?
I would reply no.
Well, he did reply.
Okay, I would say no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want that, actually. Thanks for asking.
Would you be mad if somebody, I know, Chris, you don't have a backyard. Howell, you have a backyard, right?
I have a backyard,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Chris, I need you to pretend you have a backyard.
There's no, I've had a backyard. There's no need to sort of, I mean, I also live in Vancouver, let's remember.
You ever had a front yard, Chris?
Oh, yeah. When I was growing up, I had a front and backyard, yeah.
You play out there?
Okay, cool.
Oh, I played out there a lot. I mean, I had some nice yards, definitely. I had a side yard, like it wrapped around, I had the side yard and the backyard.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it was still just a rancher. It wasn't like a big house or anything. It was still just like a one-level ranch or whatever, but it was in a cul-de-sac, and, some very cool skateboarders skateboarded out. I've mentioned this before, skateboarded out in front of my house because my neighbors had like quarter pipe and a full, like almost skate park. And so some people, skateboarding fans will know this, people Colin McKay, Sluggo, Moses Okonen, all came and skateboarded out in front of my house.
Did they give you like a wedgie and kick you back into the house and
in your driveway?
No. First off, both of you were saying, I think one of them was insulting. One of them was just a question. I think you guys can guess who was doing what. But no, they were already established. They were already professional skateboarders when they came, but anyways, let's get back to metal detecting.
Well, Real Foot Relic said, if you deliberately, when he replies to this, Smooth replies to this, he goes, if you deliberately divest and hide assets behind an LLC, do you have a moral right to be angered when people can't find you to ask? I'm not saying using an LLC is wrong, though. So that was kind of his answer.
You were sorry. I derailed that. I apologize, because you were asking Howell about the yard. What were you going to say about the yard? If
somebody came out to your house, if you looked out the window and somebody was metal detecting in your yard, what's your response here?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. This
is the best question he's ever had on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I tell you, what's amazing about this question is this literally did happen to me.
Wow.
Like 1 month ago.
Fucking question keeps getting fucking better even after he asked it.
That's what's so crazy about this. And I didn't even think about it I have not thought about it again until just now. But I woke up one morning and heard my gate opening. Mm-hmm. And that freaks me out and pisses me off not because I think someone's going to steal my precious gold treasure in the backyard, but because that means I can't let my dogs out. And the idea that someone might just open my gate means that my dogs could be let free at any time. And that's
in that sense, you're like Mark Maron when it comes to your gate.
Lock the gate. Yes.
Lock the gate. Lock the gate.
That's actually from Almost Famous.
Yeah, I know. I'm a what the fucker. I'm a what the fuck Nick. What the fucking ear. I used to say that shit at the beginning of it.
That very day, we went out and got a bike lock to put on our gate because we didn't want people just opening our gate anymore. But here's the thing:
you had the bike lock so you could lock the gate.
Lock the gate, Mark Maron style. And they were from our sewer, like our whatever metro sewage people. They were surveyors from the city looking for the sewage pipeline under my yard, which was built incorrectly years and years and years ago, and now goes under my house, which is apparently very bad.
They're good. They're for a good reason. They're for a good reason. Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a guy metal detecting, trying to find the pipe in my backyard. And
I see. So they were metal detecting on behalf of the government.
On behalf of the government.
So that's interesting that government's talking shit now, because I'm all pissed now because the government themselves is metal detecting. They're using the technology.
They have the detectors.
And they're using them. They don't just have them; they're using them, and yet they dare to say like, "Oh, you can't metal detect on this area or whatever." Nah, fuck that.